Right.
All right, I'm going to move us on to the next not game section, next news piece here. This one's from Jay. Go ahead and start us going.
So, for all of you out there who have never heard of Pico Neo number 2 and its eye tracking variant are now available worldwide. So these are virtual reality headsets, but the base model is $700, while this new one with eye tracking powered by Tobii is going to be $900. Now, unlike other VR headsets, this one has controllers that are actually tracked through electromagnetic technology, which is really crazy. So basically, it's not using cameras, it's not using sensors. You can move this between your body and the headset, and it's still going to be able to track it because it's using electromagnetics. The Neo 2 headsets are going to run on Snapdragon 845s. Again, they're going to have SD expansion slots, and they're supposed to be able to stream content from a VR-ready PC over a wireless 5G link and a 5G router. You're starting to see a theme here. 5G is the future. The company claims it's got 4K visuals and 101-degree field of view. And these headsets are primarily pitched towards businesses, but may also offer an intriguing alternative to some folks looking to step outside of the Facebook ecosystem for VR hardware. So these are basically 2 new standalone headsets, one which comes with eye tracking. Basically another potential Quest killer as we're seeing the market go. So what do you guys think? Does that news excite anybody here?
Yes.
I'm going to push back on that a little bit. There's some cool ideas. There's a lot of buzzwords thrown around like, electromagnetic controller tracking. It'll track the object even if it's behind your body. How often are you actually like putting your hand behind your body? Like I don't even have the dexterity really to do that. And so like there's a lot of cool ideas, but practically, is it really going to change a whole lot? Like that's kind of what I'm asking.
I mostly care about the eye tracking, to be honest. That
is interesting.
Gets me excited. I don't, I have a Rift S, and very rarely do I have issues with tracking when like my hands are behind me or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
It does happen, but I could like count the amount of times on one hand, and I've been playing on my Rift S for a while now. It's also kind of expensive.
Yeah, that's
for this price tag. It's like
pricey.
It's competing against the Index, not
that's
Facebook.
What I was thinking.
That's
quite. Yeah, competing against the Index is quite fierce competition. But it does say that you can stream it via wireless 5G link with a 5G router. So
which is neat.
Good. But the main problem with that sort of thing isn't typically the data, it's the battery. And if you add batteries, then it gets heavy, and if it's heavy, it's uncomfortable. And so they better have, it's going to be a beefy headset, 101-degree field of view, 4K with maybe wireless. And if they go for wireless, this is going to be a huge headset. This might be in the realm of business only models.
Right. And that's what they said. And I kind of like see why they're doing this. So I got to see one of like the original Pico headsets at E3, I don't know, in 2015 or 16, maybe a bit later, I forget. And so I saw it then, and I was pretty hesitant about what they were making then as well. They were still going for standalone headsets back then, but it was weaker than the Quest. It had these tiny little controllers that looked like TV remotes more than anything else. And their new headsets are like not much better looking, to be honest. And I was like, what market are you going for? Your games aren't good enough to compete against the PC games, nor are they good enough to compete against PlayStation VR games. And like the people that would buy into VR aren't gonna spend, and that headset was like $200, $300. I'm like, people don't want to spend $200, $300 for like games that aren't even as good of a game as you can get on your phone, like in terms of like fun and content and experience. And now I guess they finally learned their lesson. Like, yeah, you're not going to compete in the gaming market like that. So now they're going for more business.
Last resort, apparently.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you trading in your Quest, Destiny? You gonna get this?
No, I'll.
She's too busy playing with
Yes.
With her
Sorry, I'm having a.
Have we lost her? I see some mouth movement, but I don't hear anything.
Can you hear me? Oh, yeah, that was my bad. I had it on mute. But yeah, no, I think exactly with what Adam was saying with it being a beefy headset. But when I hear that, I think weight, and I can't imagine it being any lighter than the Quest. I'm sure it's going to be heavier, and the Quest is already heavy enough. So unless they can prove me otherwise, I think I'll be sticking with the Quest.
Well, if you saw pictures, it looks like a Rift S more than anything else.
Really?
And yeah, so it does look pretty balanced. Like if you looked at it, it didn't look that big. Like compared to like the Pyrmax, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It actually is way slimmer than that. Whether it's, got more density, maybe, but it doesn't look bulky. I will give him credit for that. If you look at pictures of this thing, it looks like
a little bit more streamlined.
It looks like a fairly streamlined headset. It's got plastic bands and like something on the back. It literally looks like a Rift S, where it's got like the same dial on the back to like tighten it
for the
everything.
Fit.
Yeah, so I wouldn't, in terms of the only thing I worried about was the controllers, but the controllers just look like PlayStation Move controllers, but actually with a joystick.
Yes.
So maybe that'd be good. I for one I'm pretty. I like the Index and Rift controllers where it feels more like I don't know, like a grip than a stick, if that makes any sense.